Bitcoin and Ethereum, what's the next move? Let's find out in the charts here, shall we? Well, you know, we've been looking at Bitcoin and we've been doing the Hopium, and enough with the Hopium, right? It's breaking down, right? The trend is our friend to the end. And we're going to talk about where this target is. Hopefully, you can see some sort of breakout, because we've been pushing down for a very long time. We're going to talk about a possible different kind of Hopium scenario, but I think this one has a little bit more chance of playing out than the one that we did yesterday. My name is Davitar Announcement. I'm here in Dubai. We're going to be looking to see where Bitcoin is going to turn. There has to be a turning point at some point, because we've been in this bearish trend for quite some time. So Bitcoin's due for, same with Ethereum, due for a dead cat bounce any moment now. And we're going to talk about where that dead cat bounce, we might see this dead cat bounce appear. If that dead cat bounce does not appear, oh boy, we got some more pain coming for all of us in the crypto universe. So make sure you prepare for both scenarios should they play out. Okay. All right, and if you're interested in trading this, you can do so at bybit.davincij15.com or femex.davincij15.com and earn a $4,100 bonus. Let's get onto the charts and see what's going on. As you can see right now, I did a draw. I drawn this line saying, okay, we've broken down. I've drawn this line, and I said, hey, you know what? If we break, we're done for, and we have. So it was done yesterday. We did it yesterday. We were trying to break out, failed to break out, and then down we went. We tried to get back, recover the line, but there's no way. It was just where the trend fed to the end. So you know that's where we're going. We're heading downwards. So where can this thing go that we could possibly see a bounce, right? Because we want this thing to break this upper red trend line that's been keeping us down for quite some time. I'm gonna zoom out on that in a second, but let's just see where this thing can possibly bounce. If it does, yes, that's a 61.8 right there. You can see 61.8 is really close to the lower trend line that I have drawn from a long time ago. So if we zoom out to the daily right now on the 4-hour and the daily, the RockinBrainer easy no-brainer trading strategy is giving signaling sell signal right now. If we zoom out, you see, look at this. This is going, a falling wedge, right? That's, if we break to the upside, yes, that's positive. It's super positive, meaning that we could go as high, right, as where this thing actually started, believe it or not. So we could see this thing come all the way to 60,000 should it break the opposite direction. That's a lot of Hopium, I know. But if we go to break down, we could easily break down at least to 29,000. I think we'll have some support there, a lot of support there if we do break to the 29,000. I don't think it's going to break that further because there's too much support at the 32 to 29,000. But we could at least come down to the if we add some fibs, we come down at least to the $31,000 area where there's lots of also support there as well. But it's that's a scary scenario. Let's hope we don't break this lower green line, and that's where the 78.6 is at this point. Wouldn't want to do the Hail Mary at this point. It's too much. It's too big of a risk here, and it doesn't look like it wants to roll. It wants to go higher, because the trends defend to the end, and it hasn't ended yet. It hasn't changed trends yet. So what we have to see for a Bitcoin to change trends is that we have to see basically higher lows, right? This on the daily, we have to see this thing, come down here, maybe bounce up here, and head towards breakout, and then maybe come back down, retest the line, and then that's a higher low, and we need higher highs, of course, right? So hopefully this thing does this something like way up here, right? And then comes back to retest the line, and then we go higher. So it's still hard to say. We might do something even smaller on Bitcoin. If we go down to the 4 hour, we might do some smaller levels of higher lows and higher highs. Based on the 4 hour, we can see this thing maybe come back down to the 61.8 and bounce, and then start creating its higher highs, higher lows that way. But we need to see that to really indicate a change in the trend, right? And then break, and off we go. So we got to wait for that if you want to go bullish. Right now it's completely bearish. We're probably heading down to 61.8, and not we're definitely heading down to 61.8 at least, and then we'll see some more action. All right, let's head over to Ethereum. But before we do, Davitar just created an announcement. If you were signed up, you received that announcement. I'm going to have them posted on Twitter as well, and in the what's it called group. Another announcement in the Discord group. So we announced that there's going to be only 915 Davitar NFTs that are available. So very limited supply, right? It's 915 represents my birthday, 915, and that's a DaVinci J15. There you go. So, and if you want to use that indicator that I'm using, you could do so by heading over to payments.rockinbrainer.io. Ethereum, right? Again, it's looking pretty much the same. It's broken through this its support level line here. This rising support level, and doesn't look good. We're probably going to come back down to this green line. Let's go do some fibs to see where this thing could return to. Probably the 61.8, as just like the Bitcoin, but most likely I find that Ethereum generally comes down to the 78.6 more often than the 61.8. So there you go. Look at that, like beautiful, lines up perfectly with the green downward trend line that we've drawn from way back here, right? It's just absolute brutal trend line that it has broken to the pub side and then failed and broken down, and it's back and forth with this back and forth on either side on this trend line. Horrible, and it's created a new trend line, of course. So this is a broadening wedge, right? And I'm gonna delete this green line, because it's like pretty much not useful anymore. And so we have a broadening wedge, right? So we could see this thing come back down to 78.6, maybe create the new higher low, and then we can see this thing finally break out of this broadening wedge, and maybe touch the 200 period moving average on the 4 hour. Well, we'll see. It's if you're in the little lady strategy, everything else indicates. Let's head over to the dominance. Everything indicates that this thing is about to, it's about to go higher, right? Bitcoin's about to dominate alts. So you have to exit the little lady strategy. If you don't know what the little lady strategy is, you could head over to davincicodes.net/videos, and you could learn about the little lady strategy and how to trade alts using that method. But right now, the only thing you could do is actually wait for prices to fall to the 88.6 or lower to buy using the little lady strategy, and then you're going to be waiting for a while. Most of the time, most of these coins are going to be making you wait when you do buy. So make sure you are extremely patient with the little lady strategy, because that's what it requires. It requires a lot of patience, but it's very successful over a long period of time, meaning a year or more. So if you're interested in that, you can do so. Learn about it all you want at my website. Okay. Looking at this dominance, you can see we're zooming in. We can see that we're stuck around the 38.2. It is it is going to battle the 38.2 probably and decide whether or not it wants to continue breaking down to the 61.8 or continue going higher. This is the 42% has been established as resistance and not support. So it's definitely going to have to break above that. But once it does, we're going to probably see it break all the way to 44%. We have to break down below the 39% to say that I'm completely wrong and alts are about to friggin' have a very explosive move, right? But that's a little bit further away right now. Okay, with that said, right, the little lady strategy gives you more Bitcoin, and because you want more Bitcoin, because, well, really simple. Bitcoin's real. Bitcoin's here to stay, and you need to be a part of it.